For years together, and he always hated kids. Turns out he's been playing stepdaddy for months. What do I do now? Struggling. He, 34M, cheated with a coworker, 30SF. It's been going on for the last 4 months. He blamed the fact I, 34F, started a doctorate and worked too much making him lonely, and then blamed the girl for pressuring him. We had been dating for 4 years. He told me he wanted to marry me 3 weeks ago. He was my best friend. We were so close. He was the last person I ever thought would ever do this to anybody, let alone me, someone he said he loves so much. She and I caught him the same day at the same time. She called him, he got too nervous, and neither of us was stupid. He's been lying to her for months, too. Told her we broke up ages ago. He then sold her out, told me he didn't care about her, that I was his whole world, and begged on his knees crying, pleading for me not to let him go. He told me he hates kids and doesn't care much about my niece, yet he was watching movies and molding Play-Doh with this woman's kids, and then he told me he doesn't give a shit. I saw screenshots of the kids' grandma telling him they were crying for him. Another text from the other girl saying her daughter didn't even go to school because she was too sad. I read this to him when I was checking his phone, catching him in all his other lies, and he just shrugged. I don't know who this person is. I saw how he talked to her about me. I got so angry I grabbed every single thing he had ever bought me and patiently put each inside a bag, smashed each with a hammer, then emptied each bag in a bigger supermarket bag, tied the laces in a double knot and sent it to him. I made sure his sister was there to deal with his breakdown, because I wasn't going to be there to believe his suicidal bursts or hold him when he tried to punch him head against the wall like in the previous days. I needed to feel my emotions too, and the main one was an unprecedented amount of rage and betrayal. It hurt him. It hurt him so bad he went from begging to blocking me everywhere. Good. Now he knows what it's like to have everything you care about broken behind your back. Now I just don't know how to deal with this mess he made inside me. After what I thought was a very caring, deep bond we had, I was open to opening the relationship. He didn't want to. He didn't want to just be friends either. He just wanted to have his cake and eat it too. We went from a loving, supportive, unconditional dynamic to mutual hatred in days. I cannot even deal with the whiplash. I lost my 2 best friends. I loved his sister so much too. I can't believe she knew and didn't tell me. I thought they cared about me. I thought she would, since she's older than him, a feminist and a stand-up person. Or so I thought. Now I'm just too angry to focus on anything, and I have major amounts of work to do. Can someone please offer some guidance as to how to navigate the transition from this overwhelming emotion that I cannot stop focusing on, onto literally being able to think about anything else? Ever? Update. For years together, and he always hated kids. Turns out he's been playing stepdaddy for months. What do I do now? Venting. So many things have happened in the last few months that I thought I'd make an update for those who enjoy cheaters getting their comeuppance and karma doing its thing. This is long, so bear with me. For context, my ex, 34M, Sam, cheated on me with his coworker Tracy, 30SF, whom he's known since March 2024 and told he was single, though we had been dating for 4 years. We both caught him the same day and we both broke up with him, or so I thought. About a month after the breakup, which was in September, I got an STD panel and discovered he gave me ureaplasma. Feeling like he should know, but not wanting to contact him, I texted his sister, Ramona, to pass the news so he could get it treated. What I didn't expect was for him to message me on Facebook accusing me of trying to ruin his relationship with Tracy, that they were back together, and that he chose to move on with his life along her and her kids, claiming he'd protect her from any garbage I'd contaminated him with, and that he trusted him more than he did me. That was pretty painful to read after everything he did to me, along with seeing his social media parading her around, when he always gave me excuses not to make our relationship so public. Then Tracy texted me too, saying things such as, "Sam and I didn't work because I wasn't mature enough for him. She's not like me, so he would never lie to her or do to her what he did to me. He was always good with her, so she can't just believe he's the bad guy. I'd have to watch them be happy from afar. And she feels sorry for me because Sam truly loves her. She can do whatever she pleases with men, but it's different this time because he's special. LOL. She thinks he still has feelings for me but also believes it's part of the process. They are moving in together at the end of October. Keep in mind Tracy had 2 kids from 2 different men, and Sam always told me he hated kids and never wanted any, nor did he want to deal with them. I figured he must be really in love if he's choosing to be with her and her kids. I blocked them both on all platforms and kept moving on with my life. Well, 3 weeks later she texts me from her oldest daughter's IG account, WTF, at midnight, asking me to talk to Sam because he was not doing well, that it wasn't because of their relationship but because of me. I told her to talk to Ramona, who's Sam's closest person, and a generally good human being. But Tracy refused because he's not feeling bad because of her but because of you. I refused to get involved and once again passed the message to Ramona, whom I had also stayed away from since she covered her brother's affair from me. I block Tracy's daughter's account and move on with my life again. His birthday passes as well as Christmas and New Year's without a peep. I had accepted that I'd never hear about this drama again. Until the very beginning of February 2025, when his stepmother texts me at 11 p.m. to ask how I'm doing. Weird AF, since I haven't talked to her since the breakup, and her texting me at this time was strange for her. Nevertheless, I just said my pleasantries, avoided talking about Sam altogether. She took the hint and we closed the conversation amicably. I love his family and vice versa. The next day, I go to my boss's house, who I met through Sam's family, for something work-related, and lo and behold, Sam's beloved spoiled cat was there. I was taken aback, and my boss mentioned the kitty was a guest while his owner got a new place. I figured Sam and Tracy were relocating, and didn't ask any questions, claiming I didn't want to know. However, I was very weirded out by the fact Sam would trust his cat to my boss, who Sam hates, in a house with other cats and with the risk of the cat escaping. I kept my thoughts to myself and chose to move on again. Then, the next day I get a text from Sam's dad. Good evening, Peppershrikes. Sorry to bother you. I understand that you don't want to see Sam anymore. Everything has been very hard for us. Now the situation with Tracy is even more complex. It ended horribly, and I'm trying to gather reliable information to know how to help him. I'm tired of his lies, but he's still my son. If you don't mind, could I talk to you sometime? Now, Sam's dad, Charlie, and I really get along, and that care converged with my curiosity about Sam apparently breaking up with Tracy, so I give him a call. He then lays it all out. Apparently Tracy found Tinder on Sam's phone and she became so furious that it escalated to domestic violence, where she even threw objects at Sam, resulting in breaking a door. What else Sam did in that scenario, we don't know, and he likely won't confess to family in order to save face. Charlie asked if Sam was ever physically violent to me. I said no. Tracy is pregnant, much to the family's chagrin, and I'm pretty sure Sam's too. Tracy pressed DV charges on Sam and left him on the literal street, not even returning his car keys. Charlie had to call Tracy and Sam's boss, so their boss would ask Tracy to bring the car keys to work for Sam to collect them. They still work together. Sam called Charlie when he was left on the street, desperate, and Charlie knew no one else in town other than my boss. So he asked him to help pick up Sam and offer his house for a couple days. Tracy was apparently also cheating on Sam with her ex, according to the doorman from their building, who told Sam that one man keeps coming to their apartment when he's not home. Charlie tells Sam to rent himself an apartment, but Sam says he's broke. This makes no sense because he recently, March-April 2024, received a lot of money from an inheritance. Turns out he spent it all, and when asked on what, Sam chooses to respond that he spent it buying me clothes and paying for my lawyers for administrative stuff. I told Charlie that was obviously a lie. I know him, he spent it on his own clothes, video games, takeout food, a new console, and just stupid things of the sort. He never invested, never started his business, nothing. Charlie was furious. Ramona is also sick of Sam. She found him a therapist and even scheduled and pious for his treatment, but he never attended therapy, making crap excuses like scheduling conflicts, but he never rescheduled any of the sessions. She got fed up. I didn't see that coming. Sam ended up renting a little room somewhere, and he's going to have to deal with everything alone, because his family won't pay a dime to anything other than therapy anymore. Not even a slice of bread will be given to him, according to Charlie, saying he completely regrets giving Sam access to his inheritance. They trusted him because they thought he was finally growing up when we were together. Sam's cat is confused and has changed house 4 times in the last year, and Charlie is worried about him too. Then, The next day, I get this message from none other than Toxic Tracy herself. Pepper Shrikes, this is Tracy. I imagine you must be with Sam. I just wanted to wish you good luck. Honestly, he turned out to be exactly what you told me he was, and for you to stay with someone like that knowing how he is, you must not love yourself very much. Honestly, I feel a little sorry for you. I also stayed with him at one point, but I was naive because I didn't know him. I only had your version, but he always made me believe you were crazy. But you, if you're with him again, it's because you're truly sick, because I also assume you support all of his actions against me and my daughters, including his daughter who is on the way. And if that's the case, oof, it's clear to me why you're together. It's because you're the same. I just want to say I hope things go well for you, although I doubt it. But regardless, I want to make it clear that I will never involve myself in anything. Even though we work together, for me, he no longer influences my life. I have better people around me as my support network. I have a restraining order against him that I don't even intend to use to get him fired, so little do I care about his presence. I don't hide. Unlike him, I always keep my head held high. Raising hands, light skin tone, raising hands, light skin tone. Imagine baby-trapping a man and still finding time to write me a dissertation after months and months of no contact. Iconic. I had no idea how she got my number. But this honestly made me laugh more than anything because this girl is clearly unhinged. So unhinged that a response from me was unnecessary. So I just reacted with, face with tears of joy and blocked her again. I sent this to Charlie, who confirmed this woman is out of her mind, and that she admitted to Sam to getting pregnant on purpose, even though he was in the process of getting a vasectomy since he never wanted kids. So Sam is humiliated, lost absolutely everything because Tracy kept all his belonging including his clothes, except his cat and his car. He got bled dry financially. She baby-trapped him and finally gave him a DV record. He's now alone, isolated, broke, no trust from family, in a minimum wage job he hates, with the girl who treated him way worse he ever did me, and tied forever to this basket case of a person and a kid he never ever wanted, upcoming child support included. Good luck with that. As for me, I feel quite vindicated by life and extremely glad I never married or had kids with this man, and that I'm free in a way neither of them could ever be. The only thing more satisfying than karma is the fact that I didn't even have to lift a finger to watch it unfold.